Hello. So today I thought I would show you how I'm creating custom guitars so quickly. I've created a whole collection of what I could design and put on a guitar if I wanted to. I know it would work because I've done this before many years ago. I bought a poster that I liked. I used contact cement. I sprayed it on the guitar surface. I put the poster on there and I cut it out, and then I covered it with a clear coat, a shellac of some kind, and it worked out really good. And I'm going to show you how I'm doing this because you can do this for yourselves. It would come out pretty good if you wanted to do it, but this is just graphical design on a computer, and then you figure out how you do this yourself. On a guitar, or maybe you can make a clock. For the guitars, what I did was I took something and I made many templates that I can use, and I make sure all the templates are the same dimension, 1273 by 780. What I did was I took this guitar right here and I made my own picture of the neck, of the headstock, the body, uh, the tremolo, and I kept everything with the same zero axis. So X and Y, it's always at the same point. The size of the image is exactly the same. It's just missing everything else. And I do that so I can copy and paste over the image. And this way, it doesn't have anything in the background. It doesn't affect the other image. And I'm going to show you there's a lot of things I have to do to prepare for when I design the guitar that I want to use, that I want to try to create. Okay, now I'm going to get into the templates. It's important to remind you that I kept the same zero X and zero Y axis point. So as you can see, if I were to take these, I'm going to copy and paste them on top of each other. It'll create a guitar on this image right here. I'm also going to show you. I have to edit certain images. Some are JPEGs. These are JPEGs. You have to edit these because they do something I think is called smoothing, where it adds more colors than you need. So I saved a lot of these as 256 bitmap, and I'm going to show you why I had to do that. It's so I don't because I don't want to edit this image over and over again. This is more like a template, a jig where I paste it over something, and then I paste multiple things over it. I don't need this to be the right color scheme. The chrome has to be the right color scheme. This neck has to be right color scheme. So I leave them as JPEGs. I'm going to show you that by opening these three, and I'm going to show you what happens when you don't edit these and why I save these as bitmaps, 256 bitmap. So I just press edit. All three are highlighted. I press edit. They all open up. I'm going to hold control and move the mouse wheel to zoom out so you can see them better. And also, when you're doing copying and pasting, if you're going to select something, if you paste this image onto this one, you need to be zoomed out where you see the whole image, or it'll paste it in the wrong spot. I've learned that. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'll take this one, and I'm going to show you also. First of all, I want to show you is when you save these as bitmaps, you have multiple different things. You can do monochrome, which is just two colors, black and white, 16 color, 256 color, and 24-bit bitmap. I'm using 256 color for these, and the reason I'm going to show you why I'm doing that. If you do that with the neck and the chrome, it won't look right. It won't look right. So what I'll do is first I'll go to this one. I'm going to select transparency selection. I'm going to press Control A, which is select all. Control C, which is copy. I go over here. I press Control V is for paste. As you can see, there's no white dots anywhere. It looks like it pasted really pretty good. When I take this one and I do the same thing, you're going to see a big change. Control A, Control C, same thing. I go over here, I press Control V. And now what you see is a lot of no junk in here that you don't want. It's because JPEGs do like what they call smoothing, I think, and it adds a lot of stuff you have to get rid of every time. And the reason is because the colors in here, there's a lot of colors. And there's only one way to do this. I'm going to show you how. Well, there's only one way I know how to do this, and this is a very fast way, so I'm going to show you how I'm doing it. Okay, so now I'm going to show you how I created my background. This is my final result that I've created. It took me a long time to do that, so I don't want to take you through, the 2 or 3 hours I used to figure out how to create my background and what the things I had to do. I'm just going to show you the final result, and then I'm going to kind of show you part of what I had to do. And the reason it's all cut off here, I'll show you why in a little bit. This is my final result. That's what I'm going to use for the guitar. I'll go ahead and close this down. Now I'm going to show you what I did. So first I found a flag I wanted to use. And then I also grabbed this background image that I thought I would use. What I've learned is you might as well make a copy of something. That way you don't lose what you have. Then I just edit this. And I have to zoom out so I can see what I'm doing. And I'll say Control A, Control C, that's select all, and then copy. And I press Control V, and it puts it over that image. That's not what I really want to have on there. I press Control Z, and it undoes it. You can see it expanded the image to a different size because this image is a different size. But what I want to do is I want to cut it out, cut parts of it out. So what I did, and I'm only going to just show you, for a little part, I just kind of made something like this where I did a number like that. So it just kind of cuts it out. And I just did it in multiple places to get the design that I wanted. And I'll show you the end results in a second for what I'm using. But so I can put something here. I'll put a Z for Zorro. Put that right there. And now I'll do Control A again, Control C. I'll come over here and I have to select transparent, Control V. And now I have my flag in the background. And that's how I did that. And then I pasted the police officers on there by doing the same thing. Now, the problem is, like I'd mentioned before, this is it's a PNG file, but it has multiple colors. So what I'll show you is this. If I do this on number, you'll see a lot of white around it. I had to manually go in and edit that, get that out. How I did that was I just selected this, and I just kind of I'm using the mouse button, and what it does is drawing a line like this, but I'm just manipulating the line to where it's cutting parts of it out as I'm going along. That's all that I'm doing. And it makes it faster so I can get rid of all the white and stuff that's in there. It's manual editing. When you're done, you make the whole background white again. You would copy it, Control A, Control C, and then you paste it where you want it on your screen. See, like I said, though, the problem is this has a lot of white in the background. I don't want all that in there. I had to manually edit it. I'm not going to do that for you. You can see my end results are over in this other picture, and it's the one that I'm going to use because once you get it, you save it as a JPEG, and that's what I did. I saved it as a JPEG. So I have my final image right here. You can see that it's actually edited out really well. There's no white anywhere inside of it. It came out exactly how I wanted it. Now I'll show you how to create the guitar bodies. Now that I've got the design that I want to use for my background, now I'm going to go and try to place it into the guitar. Again, I know what I want it to look like because I've tried it multiple times. One way of finding out what you want your guitar to look like is you can open this up. You want to open multiple of this. And I'll just zoom out. And you want to open multiple of it. And you don't want to save. It's important. Do not save. Once you save, you're going. You have to edit your image again. Once you save, you have to edit it again. If there's any white in it, you have to edit everything again. I'm going to just Control A, Control C. It's select all and then copy. And then I'm going to go in here and I'm going to press Control V for paste. I know it's not the right size that I want to use. I believe what I was using was resized to, I think it was 60. Yeah, that's more like it, 60. And what I'm doing is I'm looking down here at the bottom of it, the white part of it. I want that to be at the very bottom, like this right here. And notice I didn't use transparency at all to get rid of that. That's what I want my image to look like, I think. And what I'm going to find out by doing this, I'll do another Control A, which is select all, Control C, which is copy. Now I'm holding Control, and I'm going to hold Control and press V for paste. I forgot to select transparent. So it looks like what I want. That looks like the guitar body that I want. And that it looks exactly how I want it to be. Another thing I can do to test it is just go over here and grab, I'll just say I'm going to grab the trim low and see if it affects it. Now, when I put this trim low in here, what you're going to see is going to have a lot of white stuff in here too. You have to zoom out or it doesn't paste it in the right place. Like that. There we go. So I want to see if it cuts anything out that I don't want to see it have cut out. And it looks like it's going to work. But see all the white, I'll have to cut all of that out. So when I do paste it, you won't see that white anymore. But it looks like that looks exactly like what I want. I'll try it again with the pickups. Where are the pickups at? Over here. So copy, Control A, Control C, and now I got to zoom out again or I'll paste in the wrong spot. Control V, and now I see what else I cut out, and it looks like that image is in the exact place I want it to be at. And this is one reason why I have to edit these files first. I only edit one of them so you can see how fast it is and how how you can do it. But you needed to see what the results are if you don't edit the files. You want to keep them as JPEG because if you do 256 color, you lose the resolution on your Chrome trim low. You don't want to lose that. So now I know exactly how I want my image to be. And now I can just do a couple undos. And this is what I want for my image, for my background. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and start, I'll start editing these files over here, and I'll show you how I do that on just one of them. When I come back, I'll start pasting on top of this, and you're going to see how I create the guitar so quickly.